Alright guys, day one of Necromancy has begun. As I pull up this quest list, you'll see we have a new quest to get started. It actually starts right behind me, so I'm going to get this quest done, and I'll see you guys in a moment. I actually kind of like this cutscene, like a whole lot. So apparently we got Raziel ready to attack the living world, and now we have to stop him, I guess, or something. I love the fact that Malignius Mortifier is involved in this. They call me a custodial Jedi. So we place some bones on the pedestal and then place candles over here. Let's get these candles put down. Oh, this actually takes a while. And then we have to do something with the glyphs. And then we gotta stand on this skull, perform the ritual. And that is level 2 necromancy. Alright, so we got the access to the necromancy ability book over here. We got our basic attack. Let's go hit that troll guard. Pew! Oh, I probably should put it on my ability bar, huh? And that is level 3 necromancy, I suppose. And I gained a talent point. So I guess now we unlock the Conjure Skeleton Warrior talent. And that's apparently level 5 necromancy. And I guess access to the city. And quest complete. I love the who's on first reference, talking to death. So I finished up this first task. I think I'm going to finish the easy tasks, start out the gate, and figure out what I want to do from there. Hooray, level 10 necromancy. Yay, level 20 necromancy. Let's go. So with hitting level 20, we have unlocked a new quest to do. That is Clicky Row, or Killy Row. So let's go get that one all done. Yay! I finished another quest. I will say something that kind of irritates me is the fact that these names are all super similar. So to get a lesser unsold bar, which you need to upgrade the weapons, you need these lesser unensold bars. And I was running around like a chicken with his head cut off trying to figure this out. But we're on our way to upgrading some weapons now. Hooray, 22 necromancy. So I forgot to get a clip of this, but I have actually upgraded both of my weapons. So now we are at the tier 20 weapons. Woohoo. So what I'm going to do is try to get to 24 so I can do that Rune Mythos quest and finish up the easy tasks. And after this ritual, we should be at 24 necromancy so I can start the next quest, which will let me finish up the easy tasks, I believe. So as I said in the last clip, we're able to start the Rune Mythos quest. So let's go talk to this guy over here and get it started. One thing I will say, definitely remember to change your skyboxes every time you get to the city because it always resets it and it is so much easier to see stuff on a midday skybox on this, but I keep missing the ghosts otherwise. Like that guy. I love how important War's Retreat, or how nice the War's Retreat telly is for the city of stuff. Just teleport to Wars, get to Draenor, and back to the start. But that is quest complete. So I can now make some runes. And we have access to the city of teleport. And grabbing those lamps hits me 26 and lesser bone shield as well. Yay. That is all the easy city of tasks done. Let's go claim that reward. Let's go talk to Fitzglaren and claim my task set for the city of Alright, so we got the city of tome, or tome of so I can make some 10% chance for 4-dose necromancy potions, and I can make sure all bones and big bones are sent to storage, which will be useful, and extra runes from rune crafting, and extra XP from just getting rid of ritual disturbances. And we get this sick teleport right over here. Alright, that's level 28 necromancy, giving me my first ultimate ability of Death Skulls. What I think I'm going to do is kind of get this to 30, make the level 30 equipment, and then I'm going to go perk out my hybrid gear and just start doing some combat and get my talent points up to being able to unlock the tier 40 stuff. So that would be, that is the wrong one. Tier 3 rather, so I can get to the 400 souls in here, and then I'll move on to combat, I think. Gaming, we're at 30. Alright, this guy over here, Raziel, he stops calling me on Skype. This is annoying. And that is another ability unlocked in Blood Siphon. And another annoying Skype call from Raziel. Alright, I think I'm ready to start doing some combat. I got the tier 30 equipment. I'm just going to go claim my high armor of Hanto legs and the body. So now I can use some perks. So let's go perk these guys out. Well, apparently I'm wrong. I needed to go get some historic components. So we're going to be at the level 5 spot for a little bit. All right, so my first set of perked equipment, I wanted a few things. The things I really wanted was Invigorating 4 Mobile, Fighting 3, Impatient 4, and Undead Slayer. Oh, and I ended up ending with, because I ended up having some failed rolls on stuff, we ended up with C4 R5 here. We got an Impatient 4 with an Undead Slayer combination. And then unfortunately, I failed the roll for Invigorating 4 Mobile a few times, and I ran out of culinary components. So we have an Invigorating 4 Brief Respite 3. But luckily, in my gizmo bag, I had a very, very old perk of B2 Mobile. So I think I'm going to keep the Biting 2 Mobile. And then eventually, when I get more culinary components, I will update this thing. So let's just stick these perks on my hybrid equipment so I can start doing some combat. All right, so we're finally ready to do a little bit of combat. I think I'm going to run over to the Slayer Tower and do some Banshees to start. I got 2 pieces of Ghost Hunter, and then I got my augmented Hanto armor for some perks. And I'm just using the tier 30 Necromancy boots and gloves. So let's see how this goes. Holy crap, this is so much faster leveling up with combat. So something I did realize is that with this bar, you should not put Conjure early, because if I put Conjure early, all that's going to happen is none of my following abilities actually activate. If you see, I have a Conjure out already, but I won't use Touch of Death because it keeps trying to use the Conjure. But if I scoot that down, now Touch of Death goes off. So I find that kind of amusing, something that's probably important to know in developing your own Revo bars. And that's 40. I'm going to continue here until I finish up this overload dose, and then back to rituals, I guess. All right, from those 2 levels of, or a few doses of Elder Overload or Holy Overloads, I got myself to 42 and got 2 talent points. So we unlocked the Command Skeletal Warrior, and then I went with Putrid Zombie for the AoE stuff. All right, so to upgrade my gear to tier 40, I need to go grab myself a meat pie. So we're off to East Ardoin. So let's go trade with the sandwich lady, and there should be a meat pie somewhere in there. Here it is. Whoops. I haven't put in my pin yet. And we have all the info we need to make tier 40s. So we made our tier 40 gloves, boots, and then our weapons as well. Looking at the talent tree, I have 2 of the tier 3 talents, or I'm sorry, 1 of the tier 3 talents. I'm going to get the other 2 done here. And then we'll worry about getting the souls for our tier 4 talents. So I'm going to level up a little bit, get the talent points, and then move on to rituals again. Well, I missed the level up, but I unlocked Bloat, which is a damage over time ability. Let's throw that on the bar. This is obviously not an optimized Revo bar, just so everybody understands that. Over at Banshees, we hit 50 necromancy, as we can see from there, and I hit the last 2 talent points. So we're gonna unlock Vengeful Ghost and Threads of Fate. So I have all of the tier 3 unlocked. So we want to get 2,000 vessels or souls in order to get to the tier 4 requirement. So I guess I'm back to rituals. All right, so if we look at what we need in order to get tier 50 equipment, I need to go grab myself an apple pie, go kill some mogres, and 10 lesser communion rituals. So let's go get those rituals done. And I'm also going to make these bars into ensouled bars as well. So I know in a previous clip, I said I'm going to get the 2,000 souls that I need to unlock tier 4 first. What I think I'm actually going to do is just level up to 60, because apparently at 60, I'm able to do the next communion, which basically quadruples the total souls that I get per thing. So I think that's what I'm going to do instead. So I'm going to go back to Banshees after upgrading my equipment, and then get to level 60 before I start working on these tier 4 talents. All right, so I was on the phone when this happened, but you can see here we hit 60 necromancy. So what I'm going to do is I cleaned out all these mound spots over here, And we're going to do some rituals in order to get 2,000 souls and all of that fun stuff. So I had a slight change in plans. I decided to finish up the achievement task, and funny story, for this specific achievement, Bonafide Shield, where you need to use Lesser Bone Shield and cast Reflect, I didn't realize that you needed the runes both for the Lesser Bone Shield and then again to use Reflect. So I'm sitting here toggling Lesser Bone Shield down enough. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get the Reflect to go off. And that is the final achievement all done. Let's go claim the City of achievement diary. And let's go grab that reward. There we go. So we got the Tome of 2. All right, I think this is about where I'm going to call it for this episode. About 3 days of necromancy progress. I'm at level 63. The goal is to get to level 66. I'm going to AFK here while I'm editing and stuff. Get that to 66, and then I'm going to use a bunch of rituals to get a bunch of supplies, and then start doing a lot more rituals to catch up, and then go from there is how I'm going to be moving forward. So what do I think of these skills so far? I actually really have been enjoying it. I really like how kind of hand-holdy it is while they're kind of teaching it to you. And the nice part, like, I like the fact that it's making you go out and do these certain things in order to learn combat, which is something that's really, really important in my own opinion. I mean, obviously with myself, I just kind of stuck the abilities on the Revo bar, but the fact that it, like, okay, it gives you one piece at a time, kind of explains what each piece is doing, that has been freaking awesome and absolutely loved it. The one thing I don't like is kind of with the rituals personally is where you're kind of going back and forth and back and forth. So it does take a lot of pre-planning, and it doesn't kind of tell you that as well. So make sure you're pre-planning, but once you realize that you need a pre-plan, it definitely does make it a lot easier. And hey, look, that's 64 necromancy. Be sure to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you guys soon.